Good morning. Coming at you from a hotel room because my shenanigans in Milwaukee are mostly over. I am here for a business trip, and if you've seen the videos I've shared the past couple days, I've been busy exploring and doing what junk journalers do. Because I fortunately had some time in my conference schedule to be able to do that. Well, today and tomorrow I have a really packed schedule, but I wanted to show you my haul from the past couple days. To start, there are the obvious tourist things, picking up the brochures of all the great things you can get into when you're visiting a city. So these are the Milwaukee brochures and pamphlets and magazines and guides that I've picked up both at the airport and at the visitors centers here in the conference location where I am at. I will tell you my plans for these shortly because there's a lot of brochures here. And remember, I've got to take all this stuff home. I went to a used bookstore that was inside the Milwaukee airport and was really good there, y'all. I picked up this children's book, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, because I really like the quality of the illustrations in here. Look at those, look at the imagery. And then I picked up this little golden book, Bambi, and then this map, Visitor of Madison. Now, I'm not in Madison, I'm in Milwaukee, but I have a specific travel experience in Madison that I want to junk journal. So I thought it'd be nice to go ahead and get this visitor map so I could do that. Also at this bookstore, I picked up a Life magazine from the 1970s. There's a specific reason that I got this issue that I think I'm going to do a separate video on, but let's just say I have an interest in Anne Margaret for one of my junk journals. And I'm not crazy about this picture of her, but I do like this picture. So I anticipate that you will see this coming back somehow, some way, but there's a lot of serendipity around this that I want to share in a separate video. At the stationery store that I went to, Broadway Papers, I picked up several things, although I have to say I feel I was pretty good. So I got this bookmark. I'm going to use this in a future junk journal. Some fun stickers. They had so many stickers at that store. It literally is the sticker place. But look at these. You know me and my thrift stores. I like to buy craft supplies and just think about using them. This is so funny to me. So I got these stickers. Then I got some postcards to use in my own junk journaling to document this trip to Wisconsin and some of the, this is the public library. I hope to swing by to at least see the building. I'm not too far from it. So I thought these would be good to just document my trip here. I also bought some of the most expensive washi tape I've bought so far. I love the colors of these. These are all rainbows, and there is a specific reason that I got these because I'm going to be using them in my June junk journal. So I'll share more about that next week as we're coming up on June, and I do a new junk journal for every month. So these are the washi tape that I picked up specifically for my June junk journal soon to come. I've shared in past videos that I participate in the site Post Crossing, which is a site where people send postcards internationally. So I picked up these postcards specifically to send out to other people in other countries, and then it'll be fun to see what countries I get postcards back from. You can have up to 5 postcards out at once. So I picked up 5 postcards because that's what I'm going to do as soon as I get home, is draw my 5 names and send them postcards to tell them about the fact that I recently visited Milwaukee and thought they may enjoy a postcard from the area. Also at the stationery store, I picked up this box of 100 postcards by Kate Daisy. I've had some of her work before from a desk calendar and really like what she has in her drawings and her words of affirmation. Let's see how well I can do this one-handed. But just to show you some of the art here, aren't these just gorgeous? I love it. So I got these postcards because I will use them in my journaling and include them in Happy Mail and some of the other collaborative projects that I participate in with other junk journalers. These are going to be fantastic. Across the street from the stationery store was a thrift store. They actually had items from Goodwill, and the thrift store itself specialized in clothing. But I did find these stickers, Lucky and Happy. Again, I think this one is going to be particularly good for my June junk journal. This one I just thought was nice and colorful. And then I got this sticker pad full of stickers related to fitness and health and can be used in planners. And I specifically was looking or interested in finding some stickers related to health because I do have a health specific insert in my traveling notebook. So I picked this up. So this was $4 at the Goodwill and this was 99 cents. So not too bad. Got away with spending just a few bucks when I went there. And then there are more books. I did go to a wonderful used bookstore in downtown Milwaukee. It's called Downtown Books, and had the best time exploring in there for about an hour. I picked up lots of children's books, and I have to say, I was intrigued by the way they organized their children's books. They had them organized by title. Most places would organize them by author. And the way they had it set up made it very easy for me to look and see what I wanted to grab. So these were the first set of books that I grabbed. They had, and I'm going to show you the next batch in a second, but this one here, Disneyana, oh my gosh. Y'all remember, if maybe you saw the other video with the Disney Japanese comics books that I picked up recently at a comic convention? Well, I got this book, Disneyana, specifically so that I could use some of the pages in here to put together a whole set of Disney, Mickey Mouse-ish, and other characters, junk journals. So this is just incredible. And yeah, I am going to cut it up. I really am. I got more children's books. I don't have time to actually show you the images inside, but they are all great. And the used bookstore had a whole section of magazines that they labeled magazines for collaging. I picked up these two magazines because I do plan to cut them up, not and maybe use them in collaging, but definitely in my journals. So I picked all these up as well. And that is the extent of my personal haul for my junk journaling. And I also picked up gifts for family members. Now you may be asking yourself, Tania, you're traveling there. How are you going to get all this home? That's a very good question. And the answer is that I'm going to reduce the bulk of the books and well, maybe not the magazines, but definitely the books by cutting them into my ephemera snapshots. I've shared a video where I talked about how I use templates to cut down book pages to specific elements that I frame out with at certain sizes so that I can organize them more easily and use them better in my junk journaling. So the cutting has already started. I have already gone into several of the books and started cutting them down, because what that does is it reduces bulk. I won't take these book covers home, and I'll just have the ephemera snapshots that I create from them. So I'll have a nice pile, but they'll weigh a lot less than the actual books themselves. And as for the tourist brochures, I'll do some cutting down of those as well. So my plan is to reduce the bulk as much as possible before I leave here. I have several more days, so I have some time. And with that, it is now time for me to go off to my conference. If you're curious about what my conference is, my professional career is in health sciences librarianship and knowledge management. So I'm at a conference with a whole bunch of medical librarians, and we're talking about the work that we do at our respective institutions to help serve the health sciences and medical communities that we provide services for. I am delivering a poster myself this evening to talk about one of our projects where we have been examining the use of generative artificial intelligence in some of our database platforms and understanding how they function, how they compare, what their strengths are, what their limitations. All my colleagues here are basically doing presentations around generative artificial intelligence. It's a hot topic, and it's definitely a topic that we need to understand as we provide services for our community. And I know we have lots of conversations about generative AI in general, right? In the junk journaling community, in my genealogy communities. So that's what I'm here to do, is to talk about that aspect of our work. Oh, and I do have one more junk journaling related activity that will happen later today. So stay tuned for another video, maybe this evening. Happy crafting!